Hi guys, it's me Karen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 3 of the Symphony of Cute Animals. And we're working on the little froggy here. I think he's turning out really cute. Part 1 we did the watercolor backs, or watercolor kind of background of each part of the page. And then I colored over it with pencil on parts of the frog. I haven't done the little shamrocks yet, or the flowers, or the ribbon, but everything else has been colored over. We're using the Polychromos to go over the Albrecht Durer watercolor pencils. So we're going to do the bow here today. And we're just going to go in with the red violet like we did with the Albrecht Durer color watercolors. So we're just taking the same color, which is something really cool about these two sets, and we're just going to accent and cover up any areas that I didn't get with the watercolor. And just add a few more little details in with it. Like this area up here, we did not get very good or very close to the petal. So we're going to use the pencil to cover that up and blend it down. Okay. Now, this little series of colorings I'm doing in this book, which I love this book. This is so cute and adorable, and I love all the pages in here, is also a test drive for my new setup on my desk. So you'll have to bear with me on this particular video, how I'm holding my pencil. I'm trying to keep it so my hand isn't in the way, which I've noticed in the last video it was. So I'm trying to keep it farther away, but I also need to see what I'm doing, so I tend to pull the book a little closer to me, and then I kind of mess up with the way that the picture is coming out. So I haven't got quite used to the fact that this desk is up higher than my other desk. Which makes it good for me because it's better on my back. It's also better for coloring because the page is closer to my face, so I can see it better. But at the same time, it does a number on my microphone. So I have to either speak up or not speak as loud. Well, always fun. Editing program also does fun things. So I hope you'll just bear with me until I get all this figured out. Okay, inside of the bow. I do love these pencils with the watercolor pencils. They just end up laying down so smooth. Okay, then we're going to bring in some white here. And it's a Prisma white, and I'm going to have to sharpen it. Sorry about that. I should have sharpened it before I got on camera. Hope that noise doesn't make too much of a problem. Okay, we're just going to go over the lighter areas and kind of pull them up a little. This does one of two things. It helps accent where I want the folds of the ribbon. It It also blends the colors really nicely together. Okay. Then we'll bring back in the red violet. I might even bring in a darker, I don't know if I have a darker red. We have Caput Mortem violet, and we'll see how that goes. I'll bring in all of that. Nice sharp point, and darken up some of these folds a little bit better. So how are you all doing? I had a problem yesterday after I finished filming. I was trying to upload my video and we kind of had a storm pull through. So I live on, it's kind of hard to explain, a very, 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 very top of the high hill. And when we get windstorms, we're right in the corridor that the wind will blow going down the hill area. We usually get warnings. The news will tell us that we're going to get high winds, and we get prepared for it because it's just something you have to prepare for around where I live. We're just going to go over those colors again with the original color just to make sure we don't have too much of a brown in there. Anyway, so yesterday when I was done filming and editing and trying to put the video up, because of the windstorm, our YouTube was not working well. Let's get that a little wider right there. And add in any of your little ruffles you want to add back in. So that video didn't get up until this morning, so I have to apologize for that. It's always frustrating when you're trying to get something down and it doesn't work right. Okay, I started on this little petal here. I don't want them too yellow, I don't want them too white, I don't want them too brown. I want them to look like little daisies, but you know, kind of with some tones to them. So I went in with this petal and added a little bit of dark Naples ochre and a little of the green gold and the white, and trying to get a nice little shadowing going on here. So we're going to go in. I should probably sharpen those. Get a nice point so I can get down in those little tiny petals down below everything. Okay, so we're just going to go in here and lighten up a little section and where the shadow would be for that petal and leave the rest of that white. So we're going to go around and do that. I'm assuming that's a petal, but I'm going to have to get down there and look at that a little closer, so I'm going to leave it alone for right now. Pretty sure that's one too, so figure that out. Somewhere in here, there's another one. And we'll just add a little bit in here too. Okay. Then we're going to bring in the green gold. Make sure that's nice and dark. Sorry. Watch. Telling me I need to do things. Okay, I want to bring in a little brown too, so I'm going to have to find a brown. The nougat. And I'll sharpen that. Same color I used on his coat. There we go. And then we'll darken this up a little bit here. Knock down that yellow a little bit. And put a little in there too. Then we're going to darken the inside of this part. Going to darken those lines coming up. And make sure we darken it right there at the base of the center here. And just lightly pull that out. And we'll pull in a little black to go around there too. So we get the center really stuck down in there. And then we're going to go around in white. And fill in the rest of the petal. Okay, now I'm thinking this might be a petal, but this I think is the ribbon. So we're going to go in there. Just touch that with the red violet. Okay, we're going to take the black in. I'm going to go right under this bow here. Just right there. Pull it out underneath that little petal piece. And underneath that one. And just kind of bring that shadow down underneath that part. And then darken up this portion that comes down here. Right in the corner there. Add in an extra couple little lines here. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with the other flower. Go in with the yellow first. And then go in with the brown. I'm sorry, it's green gold. And now in with the brown, which is the nougat. This is a very light touch to this pencil. Okay, then we're going to go around the center and lightly pull that out. Put a little in here too. Bring in our black. And then our white. And there we have our little daisies. And we'll do their stems. We're going to do them in a dark color, so we're going to bring in some pine green. Darken the tips and darken where the petal is and on the underside here. Then we'll bring in a little bit of the chromium green opaque. And a tiny bit of the caput mortium violet here, just to darken the edge. There we go. Tiny bit of white. And if we got any green in there, use your white and blend it in to the petal. All right. Now I started also down here on these little shamrocks, and we went in with the pine green and just darkened the edges here, darkened a little line in here. That's about as much as I can do. This one I messed up a little bit. I'll keep working on it. So don't look at that one. So we just darkened the edge and then blended it in. Go down to the little lighter band here. And then kind of go down the little line and just blend it in. Just really lightly. Bring a little color down in there. And then you can take the white and just make it a little lighter in here and blend that. And darken our little line that comes down. And that's all I'm going to do on all those. and I don't think you want to see all of those done. So I'll do those off camera. And then when I'm done with that, we'll darken these too. So we'll just pick and choose some areas that I want darker, some that I want lighter. So maybe around the flowers you might want them a little darker. And just blend it out and leave some areas light, some areas dark. So I'm going to do that off camera. And it's the same thing with the red violet here on this diamond area. We'll darken it where it's darkest. And then just let it lighten out into nothing, into the watercolor color. But just give it a little more punch. So I'll be doing that too. And I'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, we're back, and I finished the little shamrocks around here along with the little stems. And now I'm going to do the inside of this diamond. Now my intention on this is, where do frogs come from? The pond. We're going to do it in blue. I'm taking sticky notes and going on that line there. So I'm going to put a kind of bubbly blue background back here to imitate his little pond. And then I'm going to do it in blue for water, and we're going to do it with the little bubbles that I use. They're just cutouts in circles. I'm going to lay them down and then ink around them. And ink around the corner. Now, another reason why I use pencils, sorry, I have to make sure I have enough here. Pencils over the watercolor is I'm going to put a water-based ink on top, and I do not want to be smearing all the work that I did underneath there. And I need to get just that tip. So if I didn't put pencils on there, I run the risk of putting the ink down and just smearing the watercolor all over the place, which I don't want to do. And I forgot to get out a tool. I tell you, it's so nice to be able to just reach over and grab what I need. Okay, this one may not be the best one in blue. Got another one here. Okay, I need to get myself some more of these. So the distress ink I'm going to use is Broken China. It's one of my favorite blues. And we're going to get out a scrap piece of paper. Just so I know what color I'm using. And that'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to go first and ink in these corners here, because I want those nice and dark. And down by his feet. Okay. Then I have the cutouts. These are just cut out by, you can either use a punch, like a circle punch. I used a die for the big ones. We're just going to lay them down. This one here is a little punch I have. It's a tiny little guy. Just going to lay them down and then ink around them. And we'll have a bubble. Yep. We'll put this little guy here. And I'm inking the circle and then pulling the ink out from the circle, holding it down with my finger and getting ink all over the place. But then you come up with a cute little dot. We'll put another one over there. Hold this one down, do the same thing. And we're just going to go over and over until I have enough of my dots here. And you can go over the ink that you've already laid down. Just make sure when you go over it again, you're going to ink a little darker around the area. And you'll get a little dot going that way. And that way you can have a whole bunch of different values in your dots, in your circles. And we'll stick one over here. Just going to go up his socks so it doesn't look like it was laid on there. It looks like it's behind there. We'll put one over here. Hard for me to lift up. Come on. And we'll put, oh, like a little one over here. Maybe another little one over here. And you can also put them inside of another one if you want. We'll put it like right there. Just slide it off. And you can go over them. I mean, you just play with it. That's what the whole idea is. I need that little one back. We want to put one over here. And we'll probably put a big one here. Go. And we'll put a big one over in this corner over here. And then one up here. Let's see. Just going to bring in a little blue ink around his jacket. Wipe any out if you get any in there. And then just put another one right here. My cat is tickling my toes. I'm sorry. One there. There we go. Okay, magic happens when you pull it all apart. Find the lid to that. And there we go. I think I want that just a little bluer. So we're going to just ink that up a little bit in there. There. Now I don't know how well this book would take water for lifting. And I don't know if I have anything to lift water with. I have a tissue here, so I'm going to try it. This is a Tim Holtz distress sprayer. It just sprays water out. And we're going to put a little there and lift some of that up. And that adds a special effect too. There we go. Just a little up there. Boom. Cool. Okay. I like that. And I think I'm going to call that done. We have to let this dry. And then I will take a picture, make sure he's all dry, and put it at the end of the video. I kind of like it just inside there. I think that looks cool. So, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in another video. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.